All right, Cholo Choker here for Los Tres Chingones Boxing. Shots to all the chingones y chingonas. And, a lot went on over the weekend, the Munguia and Sergey Devenchenko fight. So much going on in boxing, man. But I just want to make a video just to stick on this one specific subject. Teofimo Lopez had a great performance in his victory over Josh Taylor, who I believe most people were probably picking to win. But it was after the fight what caught a lot of people's attention, and that is Teofimo Lopez saying that he is going to retire, that he is done with the sport of boxing. Now, when he was interviewed right after the fight, he had some pretty interesting words, man. He was talking about, his wife, his man, he's going through a divorce. He's got a lot on his plate, Holmes. He really does. And he's talking about his wife, that he would go home to his wife, but boxing is his wife. He's married to boxing. He's been married to boxing since the age of 17. And a lot of, there was also another interview right after the fight as well, where he's like, nah, Charlie, like pretty much he's saying he's retiring because he's not getting paid enough money. He's upset that he only got paid $1 million for this fight, which, look, in all reality, I don't know why this fight took place in the small arena, why it didn't take place in Madison Square Garden, the big arena. I've never been to Madison Square Garden, Holmes, but apparently I do understand what they're talking about, because I know certain arenas like this, they have the main arena, which holds, I don't know, man, 20,000 people or something of that sort. And then on the side, they got a little smaller arena that might hold something up to like, 10,000 people, 7,000 people, something like that. So I don't really know the ins and out, the numbers of Madison Square Garden, but apparently this fight took place. I believe it's called the Hulu Theater. If I'm wrong, somebody correct me, but it took place in the smaller arena of Madison Square Garden. I don't know why that is. I'm sure this fight would have sold out Madison Square Garden, and they could have probably generated a little bit more revenue for this fight, man. It was going to sell. In my opinion, I thought it was going to sell out in the big arena. But nonetheless, Teofimo Lopez comes out and says he is going to retire. Now, it could have all been, right at the moment, right? He just won this fight. He looked good. He looked great, man. I was like, man, this is Teofimo Lopez that I used to seeing, right? He's only got 20 fights, man, and he's only got one loss. And remember, he was having a medical condition. Now, for those that are saying, like, well, you know what? That was just spur of the moment. It was just how he was feeling right after. Yeah, that could be. Let me just go ahead and play this little clip right here that he had with Max Kellerman. Let me pull it up. Let's hear him out real quick, man.
And I want to get right to it. You have an announcement to make?
Yes, I'm going to be announcing my retirement to the sport of boxing. Blood, sweat, and tears I've done for the sport at a young age, at 25 years young. I believe, and the first male really to become a two-time undisputed world champion. Very grateful for it.
In the four-belt era.
In the four-belt era, yes.
Teofimo, no one's going to believe.
Okay, Max Kellerman is saying nobody's going to believe him. That's the kind of question that I'm asking you guys, man. 20 fights, 1 loss, 14 knockouts. The guy's very entertaining, still young, 25 years old, still probably hasn't even hit his prime yet. I don't really believe that he's going to retire. I honestly think a little bit more that he needs to get his head straight, and he knows that. Let me continue this just a little bit more.
Even if they do believe that you believe it, they're going to say, hold on a second. The one man who beat him, Teofimo, had a life-threatening condition, defended his title against George Kambosos. He could have died because he couldn't breathe at a certain point, right? And got off.
That's basically what I was talking about earlier. The one loss that he has with Kambosos, he had a medical condition. Would he have lost that fight anyway? We will never know.
The deck to score a late rounds knockdown, but lost the decision. That's how he lost his lightweight title. He's still out there. You haven't fought him. A title defense against Kambosos. Devin Haney, who then beat Kambosos for your old title.
Yeah. All right. You know what? Let me just go ahead and fast forward this just a tiny bit. I want to hear just Max Kellerman just pontificating here.
A lot of ideas. I have a lot of things in mind for the sport of boxing.
Go back.
Right now, I'm just really thinking about, I have a lot of ideas. I have a lot of things in mind for the sport of boxing. And I really can't do that if I'm always in the gym training and preparing for another upcoming fight or bout. So I'm really just focusing right now on that task right now.
So this is not.
All right. All right. Let me stop that now. And let's get rid of this. Okay. So you guys heard it right there. So for anybody who is thinking, that was just in the heat of the moment, looked like he had, 2 days, man, to just kind of, or a day and a half, however you want to look at it, to kind of think about this. Do I truly believe that he's retiring? No, I don't. I think we will see him in the ring again. It's no secret that he's going through a divorce, a pretty ugly divorce at that, fighting for to see his kid. And all this stuff is weighing down on him. Now, I do want to say this, Holmes, on serio, dog. If his head isn't right, this ain't the sport to be in. Your head needs to be a little bit more clear, Holmes. You got to have a little bit more clarity if you want to be in this sport, man, because while he did look good, I thought he looked pretty damn great, to tell you guys the truth, Holmes. And I was very excited to be like, hell yeah, homie. You know what? This Vanto's back, and we're going to see some badass fights, man. But according to him, he's retiring. I think it's actually more him stepping away, at least for the time being. How long is that going to be? I don't know, man. I'm probably guessing till the divorce is over. I'm thinking maybe about a year or so. Let me just go ahead and play this other clip without interruption. Now, I could get red tagged for this, but hey, Holmes, if the video comes down, it comes down. Oh, well, man. Hopefully everybody gets a chance to watch it before they red tag and throw it down. He is dealing with some stuff, man, and Pops is not helping. Let me just go ahead and throw this on in case anybody didn't catch it. Here you go.
On the stand of ESPN are a bit biased to certain fighters. No, it's not off the record. It's off the record.
You wake up, bro.
I don't think any.
Say that. Don't get into that, bro.
Wait, let me.
Don't fall into this.
I'm not falling into it.
Brothers, talk about the fight.
I'm not talking. I am. I'm talking about my. No, then let me let it go. Let me let it go.
Hold up.
Let me go.
Hold up.
Hold up. No. There ain't no holding up.
Hey, Junior.
Destroy us.
Junior.
Then let it be. What are you scared of? Let it be. What are you scared of? Stop being a about it and handle it like a man. Handle it like a man. All of y'all. Handle it like a man. That right there I've been dealing with for a while. My family is in fear of everything I speak out. You know how frustrating that is?
I think I understand what you've been through to get here.
You have not a clue.
Okay.
Not a clue. You have not a clue.
I know
you have not a clue of what I've seen, what I've gone through, and what I'm continuing to walk through.
So he said his family, not just his dad, man. That's his dad over there yelling at him. Look, check this out, Holmes. For me personally, I don't know, man. However, you guys have a relationship with your parents, that's your guys' business, Holmes. But for me personally, I'm not going to start yelling at my son while he's being interviewed. You know what? Let me go ahead and give some props to Mark Kriegel because he does not get the props that his due diligence, man. I think Mark Kriegel does a great job in getting a lot of these backstories, man. So shout out to Mark Kriegel. I'm not going to start yelling at my son. I would say, hey, you know what? Could we get a little pause here? I need to talk to my son just real quick, man. Just real quick. I'm sorry about that. And get my son and be like, hey, look, man, check this out. Don't let him, lead you down this path or whatever. But I'm not going to start yelling at my son in front of everybody, Holmes. At that as well, on the flip side of the coin, check this out, homie. I got 2 sons, okay? For any one of my sons to tell me, don't be a bitch about it. Oh, hey, homie, we're having some problems, dog. Oh, we're going to have some major problems. Oh, yes, we are. Damn that, homie. You are my son. You ain't talking to me like, damn that, dog, but hey, man, however they have the relationship, that's their business, not mine. I'm just telling you guys in my shoes. That's how I would roll. But if you guys notice, he said his family. He didn't just say his dad. Now maybe he meant just to say his dad. Maybe so. And he just didn't want to save my dad. He wanted to save my family. But it could be all his family. Who knows, man? You know, he definitely has a lot of issues outside of the ring. I really hope he gets them straight, because Teofimo Lopez is great for the sport of boxing. All right. I hope he gets it straight just for him, Holmes. You know what? Forget about boxing for now. Just for him, dog. I hope he gets it straight just for him. But on top of that, on the serio, damn, dog. It's like this kid makes boxing so much better. When he's on top of his game, when this kid can go in there and perform at the elite level, boxing is just better. Boxing is better with Teofimo Lopez in it. So, do I believe he's retired? I believe he's retired for the moment. And I truly believe that we will see him back in the ring possibly about a year from now. So, but let me just go ahead and ask you guys, man, with all the information that's out there, with that, what I've shown you guys here, do you guys believe he's retired? He's 25 years old, man. Very athletic, very promising career still ahead of him. Do you guys think he's retiring? Do you guys think he's done? Or do you think we'll see him in the ring again? Even if it's 5 years from now, do you think Teofimo Lopez will be in the ring again? Los Tres Chingones Boxing, Cholo Trucker, shouts to all the Chingones and Chingonas. I'll catch you guys on next round.